All right, so we're starting to record here. Thank you guys all for coming today. I appreciate you giving us some of your time. I know that is valuable. Maybe we have a little bit more these days at the moment here, but I'm glad you can all be here. My name is Deb Schell. I am based out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm the founder of Find Calm Here, which is a community that we're growing to build habits and healthy ways to finding calm in everyday life. Leah is here with us today. She's going to lead us in a conversation about essential oils. So welcome, Leah.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me to do this, Deb. I really appreciate it. And again, just everything you're doing to get this off and create this community. It's awesome to have a community of like-minded people who all support each other. And a little bit about me, my name is Leah Light, and I'm from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, very close to Harrisburg. And I've been on a path of healing for quite a while. I had chronic pain and fatigue ever since I was a child. I don't remember a time where I did not have body pain and just tired all the time for no reason, they would say. And I didn't really want to take the prescriptions that I had been offered because of the harmful side effects that I was aware of. So that got me down a path to alternate methods to healing, and I'm so thankful it did. And eventually I found essential oils, and I have been proactively sharing them with others since 2015 because they've helped me in so many ways with managing pain, tension, inflammation, all of that, supporting my immune system, and especially with emotions. So it is my favorite topic, and I'm really looking forward to talking about that with you today and hearing your input on it too, and hopefully some people who have experiences with essential oils who are on this can share as well. If you could do that, it would be much appreciated. So first, what we want to do is get out our notebook or your journal. I'll give you a moment to get that. And just take a minute to think about moments in your life where you have felt calm. So it could be a certain place you've been to and you felt calm, or it could be around a certain person that you always feel calm around, someone comfortable, just wherever you feel calm, and take some time to write about that. Okay, sorry to interrupt you if you're still writing, but now what I'd like to do is keep that in mind, those memories of when you felt calm and that feeling within you, and we're going to go through a short meditation. So you're welcome to leave your video on, but if you feel more comfortable, you can turn your video off at this time. And that's at the bottom of your screen. It says stop video. All right, so I invite you to take a deep breath, and when you're comfortable, begin to close your eyes. I wonder if you would take a moment to imagine yourself being more calm, peaceful, and focused. And as you allow your unconscious mind to naturally conjure an image of what that would feel like, consider what you might be seeing, hearing, and what you might be feeling. That shows you are more calm, peaceful, and focused. And perhaps you are already feeling more calm, peaceful, and focused. If not, notice that your unconscious mind can reveal how you might do this Now take a deep breath and place your feet flat on the floor. Really feel your feet in contact with the ground underneath you. Now place your hands on your stomach and take 2 to 3 deep breaths, noticing your stomach rising and falling with each in and out breath. Now, as you keep breathing deeply into your stomach, I'd like you to breathe in for a count of 5. Then hold your breath for a count of 5 and breathe out slowly for a count of 5 and keep breathing. Now, maybe you can think of a simple way to incorporate this feeling of calm into your life in the days and weeks ahead. And after you have done that, know that it really can be this easy to create a little more peace and calm in your life. So I invite you now to take a breath for a moment and begin to move your attention back to the room, listening to the sounds around you, and begin to open your eyes. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in that. It's always interesting doing a short little meditation because for me, it doesn't take that long to feel to notice a difference in the way that I'm feeling. And I didn't even close my eyes. I was reading from a paper, but just taking that time to focus on something calming and focus on our breath can be so helpful in finding calm here, finding calm wherever we are. So I would love for a couple people to share their experience. If you don't mind, you can go ahead and unmute and let us know how that was for you.
Should I go?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that definitely took me there. So thank you.
Cool.
We've been trying to meditate more and haven't been very successful, but we have to start. So that was a really good intro back into that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And all I did was I went to Google and I typed in meditation script. So we have so many resources at our fingertips with technology that it's easy to go into the chaos and feel distracted and overwhelmed by everything going on, but it's also rather easy for us to find some sources and tools that we can use to help us feel better. Would anyone else like to share their experience? Okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to share. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk a little bit about what essential oils are. Does anybody here not have any prior experience with essential oils?
I have a pretty modest amount.
Okay, cool. It looked like Stephanie, you were raising your hand that you have no experience. Okay, cool. So this will be a little foundation about what essential oils are and how we use them safely, but it's a very, very brief, and there are a lot of other educational classes that I teach about how to use essential oils that go more in depth. So I'll give you my contact information and you can contact me for those events as well. But first of all, essential oils are natural. So doTERRA essential oils, there's nothing added to them and there's nothing taken out. All plants create essential oils. It's like their life force, like our blood is for us. And it helps to protect the plant, attract pollinators. It helps the plant to heal itself if it gets a cut or a scrape and things like that too. So it also has healing properties within our body. And there, in doTERRA essential oils, there are no fillers. Not all essential oils out there are created equal. And whenever I decided I wanted to get into using essential oils for my health, it was really important to me that they were pure and that they would actually do what they say they're going to do. So doTERRA essential oils are effective as well. There's 54 different tests done on every single batch of essential oil, not a randomized testing, but every batch before it's bottled and sold has 54 tests done by a third party to make sure that there is a proper balance of the chemical compounds to give us the therapeutic benefits that we're looking for. And they can do all kinds of things, like I've said in the beginning about helping me with my pain. I hold a lot of stress and tension in my neck and shoulders, where sometimes it would get to the point where I wouldn't be able to turn my head. I'd have to move my whole body with it. Probably some people have experienced that too. And I use a product called Deep Blue. This is the Deep Blue rub, but there's also an oil, and it helps with that inflammation and the pain and helps to be able to move the muscles and heal from the inside out. And then there's other things we can use too, but I'll go into those in a little bit. And then essential oils are also so natural, effective, and then cheap is the third cool thing about essential oils, because it costs pennies per dose whenever we're treating something with essential oils. And there's a lot of other products out there in the market that cost a lot more than the Deep Blue rub, and people find great experience with this and relief more so than other things. I don't want to, it's coming to me, but I'm resisting saying any kind of brand names or anything like that. But just know that they are pennies per dose because you only need to use a little bit at a time because they're super duper strong. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And then there are 3 ways to use essential oils. The first way is called aromatic, and you can use oils aromatically by just putting a drop in your hand and rubbing your hands together and breathing it in. And that's called a human diffuser, or there's also electric diffusers that you can plug into the wall and you put a few drops of essential oils in there and water and it creates a mist. And that's really great because it's getting those helpful chemical compounds into the air, cleansing our air, supporting our mood and our immune system, among other things. And then the second way to use essential oils is topically. And I always like to talk about using a carrier oil whenever you're using essential oils topically, because essential oils are volatile compounds. They vibrate at a really high frequency. And whenever we put it on our skin directly, there's a flashing off process where some of the oils escape. So whenever we use a carrier oil, and fractionated coconut oil is an example, then it helps to kind of create a barrier and hold the essential oil down. So we actually absorb more of it. And you can use essential oils topically, kind of, if you're using it for pain, then you would use it where it hurts. If you're using it for your immune system, you could use it on the bottom of your feet. But for finding calm, really the best way to use essential oils is aromatically. And then there's also internal use of essential oils, but this is only with certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. You want to make sure you're not just going to any essential oils and ingesting them. Most of them will say on it, do not ingest too. But with doTERRA essential oils, you can put them in water, or you can take them sublingually as well, which is really great for anxiety, to put a drop of frankincense or copaiba under your tongue and hold it there for 30 seconds and then swallow, and you'll feel a sense of calm come over you. And I really like to pair these kinds of uses with essential oils with an affirmation. And we'll go into that in just a little bit. So does anyone have any questions right now? You can type them in the chat box or you can unmute yourself. Well, I'll keep an eye on the chat box, okay? But I'm going to move on to an essential oil blend called Adaptive, and it is the oil of adaptability, which all of us could benefit from right now with everything going on. And we always have a lot of things going on in our lives anyway, but right now especially, it's important to be able to adapt and go along with the flow, whatever that looks like as it changes. So I'm going to read a little bit to you from my Essential Emotions book. And this is a book that is called Your Guide to Process, Release, and Live Free. So a little bit about Adaptive blends. Adaptive was formulated to assist with anxious states. It imparts reassurance and calm when an individual is caught in cycles of constriction, tension, worry, solicitude, or uneasiness. When an individual has experienced prolonged stress or traumatic experiences, the mind-body responds by becoming hypervigilant in order to protect them from future harm. This state is antithetical to the well-being and well-functioning of ourselves. Adaptive helps individuals adapt to stressors and fears in more clear, constructive, and confident ways. Yeah, so I'll end it there. There's a little more about it, but the positive properties that it helps us to create are feelings of being reassured, calm, clear, confident, self-acceptance, liberated, trusting, upheld, and safe. So you can inhale it right from the bottle. You can diffuse it. You can put a drop in your hand, rub it together, and breathe it in. Or you could apply it to your chest, your stomach, and or your forehead. And I'll show you that this comes in two different ways. Well, actually three. So it comes in the oil like this, and it's undiluted. So it's a blend of wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. And then it also comes in the roller bottle. And with the roller bottle, this is only for topical use. So you wouldn't open this up and put it in your diffuser. And what you can do with the roller bottle is roll it on your, I call them hot spots. There's another name for it, but I forget. So the inside of your wrists, and then also behind your ears, there's a kind of soft spot if you feel behind there. And that's a good place to put essential oils too. And breathing it in, because the fastest way to affect our mood is by scent. And what happens when we breathe in an essential oil is it goes into our limbic system, which is our emotional center in our brain. And the second fastest way to affect our mood is music. So if you're feeling like you need to find a space of calm, then it is helpful to put on calming music. And I'll tell you, one of my very favorite songs is called I Am Light by India Ari. I'll write that in the chat box for you. And if you're feeling inspired, then I do recommend listening to this song. It's nice to just lay down on the floor, breathe it in, hear the words, and really feel them. And so now what we're gonna do.
Hey, Leah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to say that was really cool. I love that you shared the music, and it goes right with our next week's topic, which is finding calm with music. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So crazy. That's so funny that you just brought that up. And I wanted to say to everybody, I've been loving learning so much about essential oils from Leah for the past, I guess 2 years. I don't even remember how long it's been. But I have them in my diffuser. I use them in like drinks. Yeah. And when I was in my stressful sales job, which he's talking about, with just like having that there and just breathing it in, oh my goodness. It makes me from like going from somebody who's going to scream to like not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's been really helpful. I just wanted to shout that out too.
Thank you. It's awesome. It's like they're just little tools that we can use to support us, but it's always up to us. So if I'm feeling really anxious and I keep stressing about something, for me, my main triggers are upsetting other people. If I'm afraid that I've upset someone else, then I get really anxious. So I can use an oil to calm me down. But then if I keep saying that same story in my head, then I keep getting myself worked up all over again. So we can use the essential oils to help calm us down and to help us find the truth. Something that I really like to do is called mirror work. So if I'm feeling stressed out and I don't exactly know why, I can either journal about it, or I can look at myself in the mirror, look at myself in the eyes, and ask myself, what is going on here? And once we get to the root cause of what is really bothering us, that's the only way that we can release it. And we can use some essential oils to help us in establishing a new pattern as well. But before we go into that, I wanted to do one more kind of journaling prompt and then an opportunity to share if you want to. So get your pen or pencil ready. And okay, so in this Essential Emotions book, there's also a section in the back on an emotions guide. And you can look up any emotion. So you can send me something if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling burden, self-critical, anything like that, please always feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to send you a picture of this part of the book that has some affirmations and some guided meditations in it to help with that. So I'm going to go over the one about stress, because we're talking about finding calm, and the opposite of feeling calm to me is feeling stressed. So a couple questions, and I'll type them in the chat box. So the first one is, am I carrying burdens that are not my own? And once you go ahead and work through that one, the next one is, what will it take to have realistic expectations for myself? I have my notebook as well.
I'm gonna do like a little 3-minute music jam for us.
Perfect.
Put some little
Perfect. So you know you have 3 minutes.
There you go. Does this sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then Leah, you can come back on.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. It's interesting because to me that felt like a long time. Did anyone else feel that way? Like there was more time. If you really spend time reflecting on it, there's always more that comes up. Did anyone else find that?
For sure. Sorry, I might have gone beyond the 3 minutes.
That's okay.
I had people coming in and I was trying to multitask.
No worries.
Welcome to my mother, Carol, who logged in and is still having to figure out how to move her video.
Oh, okay. Hi, Carol. Anybody want to share any kind of revelations that you have that might help other people?
I saw Lynn's coming on.
May I speak?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, Lynn.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to share something. For the first question, yes, I am carrying burdens. I am too empathetic, and that's been a lifelong struggle that I'm working on currently. But yeah, my partner, I feel as though I'm taking on some of his to ease his burden, even though we all know that doesn't work. So all I'm doing is harming myself and making myself suffer. So what would it take for realistic expectations? I think meditating, living in the moment, and remembering who I am, who we all are. I think we're all just eternal beings of light. It just seems to help me.
Yeah, when we take the time to get quiet, that's the only time we can really hear.
Yeah, living in the moment.
I'm with you, and I want to point out something because, oh, what's that?
Oh, I just said, yeah, living in the moment.
Sorry, what was that? Okay, yeah. I point out too that I think it's really important to honor your strengths, and being empathetic is a wonderful gift. It can feel like a burden if we don't establish boundaries, which is, I'll say, a challenge, but it is possible to establish boundaries. And you're right that just because we take on someone else's burdens, that does not lighten their load, but it is really a strength to have empathy. And some people don't. And I think that we can all remember somebody we've had an experience in our life and we think, do they have like no social awareness? You know? So it's really a gift to have that empathy and be able to connect with people. And it's even more of a gift if we allow ourselves to connect with ourselves. Does anyone else have anything they could share?
I can share.
Oh, yes, please.
So in regards to the second question, I don't know, it was like kind of a circular kind of journaling, but where I landed was that I think about self-care a lot as about parenting yourself. And I feel like I've been doing the very good, like, all right, go to bed, eat your food, like that kind of parenting to myself, like pretty well this last week. But I don't think I've been doing the, like, it's okay, you're loved, like that kind of parenting to myself. And I think that might help me make more realistic expectations.
Cool. Yeah, I had something along the lines of with the expectations too. And I just reminding myself of what is actually important, because we're asked to do so many things by so many people, and we can really inundate ourselves and accept a lot of expectations that we don't have to make up for ourselves, I'll say. So really identifying what's important and being able to honor that for ourselves and expressing it in a truthful, loving way to other people too. All right, cool. Let me see what's next on my list.
So how do you know what is important? What helps you guide those things that are important?
Well, that's a great question. I think it's different for everybody because what's important to me might not be what's important to you or what's important to my husband even. So we all have to determine what brings us joy in our life. And then there's also, of course, our the things we have to do to survive in our world, right? We have to have money, we have to have shelter, all of that kind of stuff. But after we spend our time with doing those kinds of physical necessities, we do get to choose what we do with our spare time. And it can be easy to take on a lot of wishes of other people if we allow that, and especially if we are empathetic and if we are a parent too, of course. And those are things we have to do sometimes, and those are important. But with the time that's remaining, I think it's important to look at what brings joy to you. What do you think?
What do I think? Interesting question. I think that one of the most important aspects in life is our spiritual aspect of life and how we view not only now, but the end of life and afterlife. I think that's very important to figure out and to know how you view that. And sometimes the urgent takes over the important, I think. And we have to be careful that we don't allow the urgent to take over the important things of life.
That's a great point. That's a really great point. And it's really timely, right? Because you can get lost in the chaos of what's going on right now, or anytime you can just get lost in the overwhelm. I know when I was working at my office job, I would just get lost in that feeling of overwhelm and stress. And I had a hard time, I was stuck in that moment. And sometimes it's good to be present, and other times you just need to get to a different moment, right? So I think that is really important. So I liked that idea as well. So thanks for bringing that up, Carol.
Yeah, thank you.
And does anybody else have a share or wanted to I know it's pretty deep questions, Leah. I know we talked about some questions, but those are some really good prompting questions, because I think right now, and just in general, I feel like I usually worry about a lot of other people before myself. And it's only in the past few years when I started really digging into self-care that I realized I needed to prioritize taking care of myself and loving myself before I, asked other people to do that. So I think that's where my focus is. And that's how I really value implementing all the different. Find Calm Here is really about all these different things that we implement in our lives to take better care of ourselves so that we can step out into the world as a happier, calmer person. That's the basic mission that I recently just wrote the vision and the mission for Find Calm Here. And that really is what it came to. And it was really focused on, how we can really take care of ourselves, and then we can be better people out in the world for everybody. So I think that it's letting go. What you're talking about is carrying burdens of other people. It's letting go of that worry and stress because of the things that you can't change. We can't change what's happening right now in the world as far as what's outside, but we can change how we react or we feel about those things. And that's where essential oils can kind of help increase our, improve our mood and help us feel, rejuvenated. I think that's a lot of what essential oils help with as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. And to kind of piggyback on that, thank you for saying that, because I think these questions, they're not always comfortable questions to ask ourselves. But if we are not in a state of calm, then if we want to change that, we do have to find out what is causing the sense of whatever is the opposite of calm that we're feeling. So once we uncover that, then we can transition out of that chaos and find that calm. And I want to talk just very briefly about wild orange essential oil. Wild orange is one of my favorites. It's one of a lot of people's favorites because it has this very playful feeling about it. You can breathe it in whenever you're feeling anxious or feelings of sadness. And it's like breathing in life, basically. And it's a great one for helping us to create a new mindset. And so what I want to do is give everybody a mini bottle of wild orange essential oil. So I'll type my phone number in the chat box and I'll say it out loud for the recording as well. And just send me a text message with your name and your address and I will mail you a mini bottle of wild orange, because I think it's important for all of us to have some sunshine at our fingertips. And
I love
safety
that
note,
sunshine. I love that sunshine.
of sunshine. But safety note, you do not want to put wild orange on your skin and then go spend the day out in the sun. It is a citrus oil, so it's photosensitive, but you can put it in water and drink it, or you can breathe it in for that uplifting effect too. And it's great for focus too. So I'll tell you just really briefly that there are 3 ways to purchase essential oils. The first is called retail, and then there's wholesale pricing as well. That's 25% below retail, and you get a wholesale account like a BJ's or Costco membership, and you get 25% below retail. And then there is below wholesale pricing, where there's collections that are put together for you for different health needs that are priced below wholesale. So if you're interested in getting essential oils into your life, then we can go over that more on a one-on-one basis, what would really be best for you. And for the rest of this month, so for April 2020, I really want to donate to charity of your choice. So I'm going to donate all of my commission from any purchases to a charity of your choice, because I really want to give back at this time. Could be a small business owner too. If you know a yoga studio or a dog groomer or anyone like that, a friend who's really struggling right now, then we can donate that to whoever you want. Okay, and now to wrap it all up, we're gonna walk away with an action step. So with everything that you've heard today from me, from Deb, and from other people, and from within yourself, I want you to write down at least one action step that you can take in the next 24 hours to help yourself find a sense of calm. I'm going to write one down too.
I love it. Thank you all for being here. This is amazing. I'm so glad everybody's been here. All right, we'll go. I don't think I won't put music on because then we'll get lost in the music.
Okay. Would anyone go ahead and share their action step with us?
I will share mine.
Thank you.
I'm gonna, well, every day I do yoga in the morning, and the first thing I do is when I wake up is I brush my teeth and stuff, and I make coffee, and then I put essential oils in my diffuser. So that's like my go-to, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm using that in the evening because I have not been incorporating that in the evening. So I'm gonna add essential oils to my diffuser in the evening, so that way before I go to sleep, I get that put something in there to help me relax and feel calm.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay, I think my microphone is on. Can you hear me? Yeah? Oh.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, yeah, I love your answer, Deb. Yeah, I've been doing that, and I've actually been using that thieves oil in the diffuser. So if you have anything similar, I would love to get some of that because I'm out now. And diffusing is definitely a thing, and meditating, I have to get back. We have to get back into that. We've been doing Zoom meditations, and that's helping us get back into it. So it's great. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to.
I'm trying to turn off.
Okay. Well, does anyone else have anything they want to share? Okay. Well, just text me with your address and I'll mail you a mini bottle of wild orange. And I see some other questions here. Robin wrote about pain. And Robin, I would be really happy to help you with that because, like I said, that's something I've dealt with ever since I can remember. And it's awesome to have tools to be able to use that work rather quickly to be able to get on with the life.
Does anybody else have questions, or if you wanted to share how you use essential oils, if you have used them a lot, and how maybe share any other tips for everybody else so they can kind of gain some shared wisdom? Does anybody have any other questions or tips or comments? Or you just want to like dance around?
I'm going to call on someone.
Oh.
Yeah, this is fun. Because I think I can unmute people.
You can.
Okay.
I've had the blessing of having my daughter on this, leading this, helping to lead this. And so I'm using the hand sanitizer that she gave me. And I'm using the insect repellent that she gave me. So those two I'm using.
Awesome. Those are good ones. It's amazing. They're so versatile. You can get an oil for one thing and then use it for other ones too, for other things.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm making things for you to use. I have to make you body butter, but I was.
Oh, yes.
I haven't gotten to making another batch, so I will.
I'm going to unmute Michelle, and Michelle, you knew I was going to call on you, didn't you? You're going to share with us. You can share an essential oil that helps you find calm and how you use it, or you could talk about something else if you'd like.
Well, I have to admit that I have not been diffusing at night like I should be, and but I use the blend called Balance every day. I use it every morning on the bottoms of my feet. I do that religiously, like as soon as I get out of the shower and stuff before I go downstairs, and I also use frankincense, and I do think that maybe it's I don't know if I would have noticed it if I was just doing it sporadically, but I do think now that I've been using it daily that I tend to be less stressed, like when I first start working, and or well, as the day goes on when I'm working and we have production to meet, and it's really a pain at times, but I think by using that I'm less stressed. It's like I kind of more go with the flow, I guess, if that makes sense, instead of getting so worked up and uptight and like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be behind, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna, I need to work faster or whatever. So I think those two things have really helped me. And the deep blue also, like you said, Leah, is amazing for pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. So
cool. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you sharing, even though you didn't have a choice.
That's okay.
I'm going to expand just for a moment upon Balance essential oil blend. That is called the grounding blend, and it's a mix of different trees and roots and things like that that really help to center and ground us. And it also has frankincense in it. And whenever used on a consistent basis, then just like Michelle was saying, it can really help us to just feel more level than before. But the key is to use it consistently. So not just once every other week when we're really, really stressed out, but more on a consistent preventative sort of basis. Okay, well, that's what I have for today. And thank you, Deb, for organizing this. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time today, and say thank you to yourself, too, really, for taking the time out of your day to do something nice for you.
Agree, 100% agree that you prioritize yourself just to be here to learn more. I really appreciate everybody making time to be here. We are growing this Find Calm Here community. This is the first virtual event that we're going to be recording, and it's a first of many that are going to be available in the community when we launch it in June. So we've got Zoe's been really helping me a lot with the website, getting it updated, and it looks fabulous. I've gotten lots of really great comments. I really thank you for your help, Zoe. And I've just had a lot of support from everybody. My family's on here, and it's just been really great the last couple of weeks. I've been on Zoom calls like 4 to 5 hours a day to like just talk about Find Calm Here to get the word out about it. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you do want to ask later, you have follow-up questions, reach out to me. Leah gave her information. Please feel free to reach out about any questions you have. We will do a recording, but it is going to be available just in the community. So there will be more details on that later. If you have anything else, Leah, is there anything else I might want to say? Did you post your link in there? Or did you just?
I did not put my link in the comments, but you can just text me if you're interested for that. But I think for the recording, I did not say my phone number out loud. So my phone number is 717-943-8579.
And I will have that in, there's going to be notes that go along with these recordings.
Oh, cool.
So we'll have the information, and there'll be links to your site. And I've been a wellness, what did you call that? What is the level that's?
Wellness advocate.
An advocate for, yeah. I guess like, I don't know, 2 years or something like that for quite a while. So I like the savings of, you know, the discounts that you get there, because I usually purchase something every month, whether it's like lemon or I need to actually get balance. That's one that I'm low on right now because I've used that a lot. And Breathe, I think, is the other one that I used a lot that I'm low on. So that's a benefit. So if you know you want to get some oils, definitely reach out to her about that wellness advocate, like the wholesale program, because it's, oh my goodness, it's so worth it for sure. To if you know you're going to want to get, even I think it's pays itself for like one order, right? If you make one order, pretty much it pays itself, the membership. So I think that's all. I thank you all again. Is anybody, any other comments or questions? Anybody before we close it out? No? Okay. Findcalmhere.com is the website for more information. So if you're interested in getting on the wait list for our community, which opens up in June, you can get on the wait list if you go to findcalmhere.com/community, I believe it is, or just go to the findcalmhere.com website and then click on the community tab, and that'll pop up a box for you to put your email in so you can get on the wait list for the community. And then I'm going to be sending emails about that in the next few weeks. And then there's also events that are going to be happening. Right now, I'm going to have them on Saturdays. It seems like the best time. If you can give me feedback, message me or text me, let me know the best time to have these events. I'd like to get that feedback from everybody. And if you have feedback about the event today, feel free to reach out to me or Leah directly and let us know, because we want to make these events awesome and have it be really engaging for everybody so that we can have some really awesome content and some really great conversations, because it's really, that's really what I want to cultivate, is just sharing the wisdom that we all have and learning from each other. So again, thank you guys all so much. Findcalmhere.com is the website. We do have a Facebook page. If you don't already, if you could like that page, we're trying to boost those likes so that we can get more people engaged and appreciate your time. And I think that's all, guys. So have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll hope to see you at another event, okay?
Thanks, everyone.
I'm going to unmute everybody. I'm going to try to unmute you, or unmute yourself and just wave and say bye. Like just say.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good job, Deb. Proud of you. Love you.
I love you, Lynn. So you
Bye. Got it.
have a good day.
Bye.
I don't see Melissa and Robin, but I know that you're waving on your side. Stephanie, thank you for coming on. I'm glad you got to come. Oh my goodness. Melissa, thanks
Hello.
for being here.
Thank you.